I'm delighted to be speaking with Paul Jones from Magneto Communications again. Hello, Paul.
Hi, Rob.
Great to have you back.
Thank you.
Now, we're looking at email subject headers, which is quite an interesting topic, really, because we're all sending so many emails, and it's very easy, isn't it, to get kind of lost in people's inboxes. So,
Absolutely.
what do we do about it? How can we have those really arresting email subject lines?
Okay. I guess with an email subject header, like any headline, it is a headline. It's the first thing people see when they see your message. You've got to get cut through, and you've got to make it look interesting and make them want to open it. So I'm going to give you 5 ideas, things to keep in mind that'll help that happen.
Fantastic.
Would
Let's
you like
go.
the first one?
Yeah, I would.
The first one is to keep it short. In people's inboxes, they've often got their email set up here. They've got their their folder set up here in Outlook or whatever.
Yeah.
They've got their email sitting there and a preview screen here. So with such a little space for the email, you've only got a short amount of space where the subject header will actually be read, and anything longer than that will go off into the ether and people
So you've got to get your point across early.
Yeah. So when I say short, 40 to 60 characters is a good sort of
40
industry,
to 60 characters, okay.
including spaces.
Right.
So that's that's pretty tight. So
Being a
try to
writer,
keep
you'll
that
be
in
able
mind.
to give me an example of 40 to 60 characters instantly, won't you?
No.
Okay.
But I can say that if you if you type it in an email and highlight it and go to Alt-TW, you get a word count.
Oh, okay,
so that'll
fine.
help.
All right. But 40 to 60 characters is basically a very short phrase, isn't it? It's,
yes.
You know, I guess we can think about, a lot of people watching this will be tweeters, so it's smaller than a tweet.
Right. Good point.
A lot smaller than a tweet. Okay.
Yeah,
All right. So
exactly.
keep it short, keep it sharp.
Exactly.
Okay.
Another thing you want to keep in mind is about benefits. So don't just talk about the thing, talk about why they would care about the thing.
Okay.
So whatever you're offering. So for me, we're copywriting and doing writing training. So instead of my subject headers talking about writing training,
Yeah.
if I wanted to entice my reader into opening up and getting more interested in it, I could say how to help your people look more professional, or how to avoid your people being embarrassed, or something like that. You know, some sort of benefit in there to entice them to open it up.
All right. And again, that benefit clearly is about them, not about you as well.
Totally.
It's how they're going to benefit. Okay, great.
Yeah.
That was number 2. Number 3.
Okay, number 3. I think when you think about, there's research that says that people, professionals, like most of the viewers of this, will be spending between 3 and 6 hours on email per day.
Wow.
A lot of people just live in it. It's just in there all the time. And a new email, bing, they'll just quickly open it up.
Yep.
So given the amount of time people are spending in front of their computers like that, curiosity or fun can be an interesting little thing to play with and see if you can get more people to open up your emails.
Okay.
So in fact, there's one from you that I read in the past that I thought was good. It's like to work less yet achieve more.
Right.
So that's a bit of curiosity.
Yeah.
There's I get a news.com.au email every day with a summary of news things, and I know that when I'm a bit bored, I'll click on some of the ones that are quite weird. They're classic.
You're curious, so you go and have a look. Yeah. And I guess what I've noticed people doing increasingly as well is they don't. Like if it might be an example of, I don't know, a business that's in trouble, a national business that's in trouble or something. In the subject line, they won't tell you what the business is, but they'll say big business or a big business is in trouble. And you think, which business? So you kind of have to click and have a look. So it's curiosity, as you say. Okay, point 4.
Okay. Point 4 is about, in many emails, when you think about the situation people are in, they are flat-strapped, trying to get through their work quickly. So if you just give them a subject header saying, meeting, and they go, okay, there's a meeting, maybe, that's probably about Frank's meeting from last week, okay. But it's actually about next week's meeting, so be more specific. So news or summary is a good thing to think about as a subject header.
Okay, so again, in that instance, if it's a meeting, you say meeting with Jack to finish X project, or specific.
Exactly. Or your subject header might have said monthly report, but if you think about putting a bit more news, a bit more specifics in there, it might say profits up. Monthly report.
Right, gotcha.
Yeah, so a little bit of news, and you go, give them some sort of reason to want to open.
Okay, great. Final point, I think.
Okay, the last point would be, in fact, it's actually got nothing to do with the subject header. It's got to do with what's right next to it in your inbox, and that is, or maybe it's under it, but that is who it's from. What is your from name?
Right.
For months, I was receiving these emails from with some weird name, Jose Fernandez or something, and I'm going,
sorry,
spam,
Jose.
spam, sorry, Jose, spam, thinking it was just rubbish. And then one day I happened to open it up and realised that it was an email from this big Institute, and I'm interested in getting their emails.
Right, but you didn't
I'd
know
never
the
heard
individual.
of Jose Fernandez, so
Okay,
much smarter
gotcha.
if they had said, big institute name, Jose Fernandez.
Gotcha.
That would have made sense.
Yeah.
So think about your from name as to whether your readers will be prepared to open up, whether they'll know your name or whether you need to rename it with your organisation or whatever.
Fantastic. Well, I now understand why you didn't reply to the email I sent you last week. I'll send it again. Paul, thank you very much for joining us. So
Pleasure.
I know that if we want to find out more, we can go to magneto.net.au.
That's right.
And I wouldn't be surprised if you've got something special.
I have something special for people because I know people struggle with email so much. So I've researched and developed an article called Tame the Email Beast. And it's how to get opened, how to get action, and how to get control of your inbox.
Okay, and we can get that from
magneto.net.au.
magneto.net.au.
Magneto.net.au, that's right.
Okay, Paul, thanks again for joining us. Thank you.
Pleasure.